Good morning, friends, and welcome to today's video. If you are new here, hi, I'm Juliana, and if you're coming back, thanks so much for coming back. I appreciate you. Y'all, today's the day. We are finally riding Tron. It is opening day of Tron here at Magic Kingdom. I unfortunately couldn't come for my annual pass holder preview because drama school, but that's okay because we are here now. We got a boarding group this morning, and after what seems like 17 million years, this ride is finally opening. So let's go take a look at the wait queue, the ride itself outside, and how to get there, and then finally the ride itself. So let's go. So if you haven't been to the Magic Kingdom in a hot minute, you might be thinking, where on earth are they putting Tron? Well, they are sandwiching it as close to Space Mountain as physically possible. So looking at Space Mountain and the Tomorrowland Launch Depot, it is right over to the left. This long walkway brings you back to Tron. You come right under the People Mover, and welcome to Tron, everybody. So it's looking like they have a food stand over to the left, which actually has some interesting food options. It looks like they have beef and broccoli dumplings, buffalo chicken dumplings, chocolate cake donut holes, and then a strawberry ice form drink. So they do have Tron special food as well. There's a walkway back over here to Storybook Circus. And here's the ride. It's so cool to finally see up close after they've been working on this for literally years. Y'all, they've been working on this too long. There's restrooms on the way up. And I believe this might be the exit down below. But yeah, it looks really cool in here, I will say. And honestly, a nice amount of shade too. So if you are just waiting for your party, it's a good place to wait. So I still have a little ways to wait until my boarding group's called. I did wake up right at 7, and somehow I got boarding group 57 again. The last 4 or 5 times I've done boarding groups for Guardians, I've been boarding group 57, so I don't know why that keeps happening, and I don't think it's my location because I've switched up my location almost every time that I've done it now, so not sure. But originally this morning it was estimating my callback time to be around now, which is like 12:50. Around now it's saying closer to 3 o'clock, I think. So I think they were having a little bit of difficulties getting it up this morning, which is to be expected with Disney with a new ride, but that's okay. They're currently on boarding groups 32 to 35, so it looks like they're only calling 3 groups at a time. And I can compare this to Epcot's virtual queue right now, which is currently boarding, it won't tell me. Usually around now though, it's boarding groups in the 50s and 60s, usually around 12, 1 o'clock. So I think Guardians might be able to get more people on quicker, but we'll be able to see that more once we get into the queue. But yeah, I'm so excited. I think I'm gonna wait a little bit to take pictures just for the lighting to go down. It is pretty hot today, but there are ample photo locations other than just at the front sign. So definitely come in your Tron blue. But yeah, we'll wait around now and then we'll get in line later. Okay, before we head on, merchandise is actually over in Stitch's Great Escape because the Tron merchandise location over by Space Mountain is not finished yet. So I guess until the time being, we're using Stitch's Great Escape, which ironically is an attraction I've never actually done or never had the opportunity to do. So I guess we're kind of doing it this way. Ooh. And as you can see, they're definitely anticipating crowds. So, and they're doing mobile checkout, which is quite nice. Alrighty. We've got a whole bunch of stuff. It looks like we've got action figures from the game and it's set up like the game. That's really cool. We've got your quintessential stuff. Over here we've got stuff Very reminiscent of the ride. The backpacks. Whole bunch of kids stuff. Literally, Star Traders is chock full. They have a pass holder, grid tea, and I think those are magnets or other pins. Gorge. Got like, oh cool, they've got the coins. See, I haven't seen the movie, but I kind of know the lore, so. Action figures, look at the discs. Whole bunch of sweatshirts. These are actually really cool. The color scheme is really nice. Ooh, a wall plaque. More backpacks, and you can get a Lightcycle or Lightcycle for your own, which is really cool. More pins. We've got, ooh, Tron athletic wear sleigh. Snap bracelets. Keychains and such. So yeah, ooh, you can even buy the helmets. Very cool. So yeah, quintessential ride opening type merchandise. This is a cooler. Yeah, and the helmets, which are really cool. But yeah, so they're also utilizing mobile checkout, so if that is something you want to do, it is an option. But yeah, pins, shirts, sweatshirts, toys, all that jazz are all available at Star Traders. Well, y'all, it is time. It just took 3 hours since I got here. That is definitely running very slow. This virtual queue is definitely a lot slower than Guardians. I think probably because their capacity is most definitely not as large as Guardians, but you know what? It is time to go, and I am very, very, very excited. Okay, so they do have a few of the seats outside. So before you go on, if you want to check how it's gonna feel on your body, and I believe you can also check the pouch that you have to put your belongings in. You can also check that before you head on the ride. But here is the wait queue. Here we go. A lot of outdoor, but the shade is very nice. Hi, how's it going? Thank you. All right. Oh, these fans are actually blowing nice air, so that's new. Sick. Team of Blue users is what is above the door. Is it bad I haven't seen either of these movies? I meant to watch them last night, but then Sydney and I got distracted watching Dance Moms. Again. I'm living for this giant multi-microscope lens looking situation we got going here. This wait queue is very reminiscent of Velocicoaster over at Universal, but I would argue that Velocicoaster's outdoor wait queue looks better. Inside, it might be a different story. Alright, Team Blue into the indoor portion.
Turns with slick drops and stops. For your safety, remain seated.
The wall looks really cool.
At all times, keep restraints securely fastened. Supervise young Team Blue users at all times. Users, prepare to be digitized into the world of Tron.
Slay. Slay. Slay.
Team Blue, welcome to the grid. Proceed to gates.
Ooh. Oh my god, this AC is wonderful. Oh, that's cool. So 2 walkways. Alright. Ooh. Let's go.
Initiate identity disk profile. Initiate Lightcycle 1 upload sequence in 3, 2, 1, go. Welcome to Tron Lightcycle Run, the ultimate competition on the grid. Before proceeding to the sync chamber, all members of Team Blue must prepare. Just ahead.
So I always said that the life cycles themselves were really reminiscent of
To open a locker portal, tap your digital
Flight of Passage, and honestly the DNA link type situation that they're doing here is also very similar. And like I said outside, actually this inside part of the wake is also very reminiscent of Velocicoaster, so I'm curious to see if the other international Disney location that originally had Tron, I'm curious to see if that was like the locker situation, all of that jazz, and kind of the way the wake queue is lined out, if it's the same there or if this is Disney kind of taking a feather out of Universal's cap and seeing how it worked for them to kind of integrate it here in the domestic parks. But if anyone knows, let me know. But so far, this indoor wake queue is very cool, and like I said, it really reminds me of Velocicoaster and also Flight of Passage. But I am going to put my camera in the locker because I'm not sure how big the little drawer is on the Lightcycle. I know for sure that my phone will fit, and I know I'm going to need my key, so I'm going to film on my phone that portion of the wake queue once all of my belongings are put away. So hopefully I'll be able to get a lot, and I will let you know later if cameras, or I guess what that kind of area looks like and what I guess could fit there. So if you're looking to bring a camera, I'll be able to see if maybe you'll be able to fit it. I'm sure a camera with a huge lens probably won't work, but we'll see. So here is the locker room. It's looking like all of the lit up ones are probably good to go. Let's go. Let's do 363. All right. See you after. So this portion's definitely giving Guardians love. Wonder how big and spacious this room is. It honestly is kind of reminding me a bit of Space Mountain in Disneyland. But this two-way odd and even type situation is very much Guardians. This room is huge. Also, keep in mind, lockers can be a little tricky. Hold your magic band or your park ticket down for a second until the blue light blinks white, and that means it's open. And then when you close it, really make sure you kind of close it. Don't slam it, of course, but make sure it's closed. It'll go white, and then we'll go off, and that's how you know it's locked. So it's looking like if you're in this front one here, that means that you are on the far side, and there's like a little spot right there where you walk over the track to get to your seat, which is very interesting. But I'm so excited. We are row 2, I believe? Row 3? 2? I don't know, something. And so yeah, if you're on the B side, that means that you're on the opposite side. Also, I started a timer right when I got into the line, and I just checked it, and it's hitting about the 40-minute mark. So from where I started, it's about 40 minutes from the end of the line all the way to getting on the ride. Let's go. Here we go. Alrighty, I got thoughts. Let's discuss. First and foremost, sick. That launch, 10 out of 10. The whole outside segment, so freaking cool. Inside, again, very similar to like Guardians and Rock and Roll, your typical Disney indoor dark roller coaster type situation. Still very fun. I loved all of the set decoration inside. They really utilized that whole tech thing, so the lighting is really cool. My issue with the chair is that if you were wearing a low-cut shirt, or if you have a shirt kind of like mine where it's a little bit baggier, you are doing a full tilt. So cleavage might be an issue if that is something that you might worry about. So just be warned. This ride does not take that into consideration. So be aware of that. If you don't care, slay. I mean, it was slightly uncomfortable for me, just a little bit. So those of us with possible cleavage / top concerns, be aware of that. It didn't really take away from the ride. It was just slightly uncomfortable for a few seconds, but overall I thought the ride was really fun. The seat is not as comfortable as Flight of Passage is. Definitely move your thighs around before you pull the levers up, because you sit on it, you pull your levers up in order to have your seat kind of stiff. I had a lot of area to slide around a little bit, which was slightly strange, but I didn't feel unsafe at all. So you might have a little extra room in your seat, just be aware of that. But again, didn't feel unsafe at all. I thought it was a really great ride, just really short. It only lasts about a minute and a half, so if that is something that you look for when waiting for these e-ticket rides, is if the value is in the duration, it's definitely not as long as Guardians. It's definitely one of the shorter roller coasters, and I would say probably the shortest roller coaster in this park, in Magic Kingdom, so be aware of that. But overall, I give it like a 7.5, 8 out of 10. The wait queue was pretty cool, definitely once you get inside. Definitely that ending portion of the wait queue, I think, is the shining star of it. But overall, the entire like canopy is just so cool. There's so much space to kind of hang out up here in the shade, which is nice. So I think it's an excellent addition to Magic Kingdom. But yeah, just some things to be aware of, just ways to prep yourself for the ride. But overall, super great, and I'm so excited that I got to come on opening day, because I don't think I've ever been to opening day of any attractions before. I could be lying to you. I very much could be lying to you, but my memory does not work, I swear. But thank you so much for being here for this video today. Super appreciate it. Feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. Check out any other videos if you so choose. You know it's choose your own adventure on my channel. And with that,